Okay. So, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm just having Sunday dinner.
Uh-huh.
Some snacks, you know.
That looks really good.
I'm in somebody else's basement, where we try to be really quiet because there's kids asleep and everything. And I just thought I'd tell you what I learned from Ben and Rebecca today.
Well, where'd you just come from? Where did you hear about Ben and Rebecca?
I was at church. I know it's 10 o'clock at night, but we went to church. We went to church. At about 12 o'clock, we left to go to church.
Uh-huh.
Had church, and then we had a fireside.
Oh.
And the fireside takes place in Utah, so we out here in New York get to wait 2 extra hours, wait till 8 o'clock to watch this fireside. And what I learned was that Ben and Rebecca, the ideal Utah couple for everybody to aspire to be.
Uh-huh.
I need to bleach my hair a little bit more.
I think so. It's just not blonde enough, Caitlin. I mean, we need white hair.
People like Ben will not love me.
That's true.
If I don't have it. So, yeah, I basically just learned that once you get married, you can do everything together.
Everything? What do you mean, everything?
Oh, you know, play cards till late at night. You can shake hands any time of the day or night, you know.
Uh-huh.
Things like that. You just can do everything together.
So that's what you learned from Rebecca, mostly, correct?
Yeah, Rebecca said that's the best thing about marriage is that you can now do
everything together.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait, and I'm sure you can't either.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I need some water, so a guy like Ben could get that for me in the middle of the night.
But you can't get a Ben unless you color your hair.
Alright, so I have to color my hair. It has to be much longer. I have to be pretty tan. I have super white teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. It's the only way someone like Ben with a comb over will love me. So, as far as marriage tips from Ben and Rebecca, I just need to point out a few bullet points.
Yes, I need to hear these. We need to, put these into a PowerPoint, perhaps. Write them in our journal.
Yeah, they were so profound.
I agree. What were they, Caitlin?
They were things like, when you study scriptures together, you can either each of you read a verse, or you can read them alone, and then you can have all these questions, and generally Rebecca's gonna have more questions than Ben, but Ben can help her, and he just loves telling her that he loves her every day. He said, you gotta tell him that you love him every day. That was new. That was new to me.
Yeah, that was new, and
I hadn't heard that before.
It was just so precious to hear him say that he loved his little angel like that, because she's an angel.
Can we get some of your high points?
Yeah, my high point was, Rebecca was just an angel.
Yeah.
She was just an angel, and we all need to try to be like her, Caitlin.
He could never be mad at her, he said.
He could never be mad at her.
Or something like that.
And, the biggest things were they can do everything together.
Mm-hmm.
That is very sweet. And
talk about date night or Friday night.
Friday night, Ben, he has to go work at the MTC on Friday night. So, that's but they still make time for date night. That is important.
Have they ever had any arguments or misunderstandings?
Sometimes they did, and they do occasionally, but they look to the Lord. And I also want to point out that, Rebecca has a number of children she'd like.
Oh.
And ultimately, Ben feels like he'll be the deciding factor there. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was something really new. But I think they decided that they would let the Lord decide.
Oh. So we never got the number.
I hope I don't get burned for talking like that.
I kind of need to have the actual number. I want to know exactly what Rebecca's going to do, because that's how I should live my life.
What do you mean?
She needs to say, I'm going to have this many, so that I know how many I should have. Mm-hmm.
So we know. But I didn't realize you could do everything together once you're married.
I know. They get to play night games, kick the can, whatever they want, late at night.
I know.
They get to read scriptures together in the morning, but, they can't do any of those things right now.
No.
They
couldn't.
prior to being...
There's no way. So that's about it.
Oh, and also we learned that the older you get, the more selfish you are. Sorry, my snacks. Yeah, so you get more and more selfish, and so I know they feel really bad for those of us who aren't married. So
I know.
that's it. But we have Ben and Rebecca to lead and guide us.
But also, Caitlin and I. Caitlin and I realized that we're on the right track because we started off our relationship by studying the scriptures, sharing with one another what we've learned, and our questions, and we've developed this really rock solid foundation. And
Yeah, Rebecca said that's how it starts.
and I'm trying to think what else. We realized we're gonna have some ups and downs, but a lot of joy. And
marriage is the best thing ever.
Marriage is great.
I didn't know that before Ben and Rebecca.
So can't wait till marriage.
Someday, Stace.
I know.
We won't have to marry each other.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.